Hello, Rough Rider Nation, and welcome to the Rider Report, the ins and outs of Yavapai College athletics. I'm Brad Clifford, the athletic director here at Yavapai College, and today I'm joined by Kyle Wise, our assistant baseball coach and recruiting coordinator. Kyle, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Brad.
We're glad to have you. Now, I want to read through what his accolades and his accomplishments. Kyle is beginning your second season here with the Rough Riders. Not a bad first season.
No.
That was pretty good.
Walked into a great situation.
Exactly, into a national championship, right? His second season with the Rough Riders, where he works with the hitters and the catchers and the outfielders. He comes with an impressive resume, having played at Feather River College in California, where he earned all conference honors and helped his teams to 2 Golden Valley championships, 1 NorCal Regional Championship, and 1 NorCal Super Region Championship appearance, which that's difficult, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And Kyle continued his playing career at Southwest Baptist University in Missouri. Kyle returned to Feather River after his playing days and served as hitting coach and recruiting coordinator for 5 years. And during his time at Feather River, the baseball program became a powerhouse among California community college baseball and was recognized nationally. Wise helped the Golden Valley Eagles to the Golden Eagles to a 153 win and 51 record in 5 years. That's impressive. 5 Golden Valley Conference championships, 3 Northern California Regional Championships, and 2 Northern California Super Regional Championships, and 1 California Final Four appearances. Now, we can say all this, but I don't know that we understand California baseball because they're their own entity as far as community college goes. So for you guys to have Northern California Regional Championships, Conference Championships, and Super Regional Championships, and then a Final Four, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's a ever shifting system what we have there. They actually started out the way it started was exactly how the road for the NCAA playoffs are. So you go with a regional, which was a 4-team tournament, and then you go into a super regional, was best 2 out of 3, and then you would get to the Final Four, which would the World Series.
Right.
And then it changed because our school was so far out of the way that we kept winning. We kept getting such a high seed that we would host regionals, and our town's 5,700 people up there.
Right.
And no one could get hotels, and so they would have to stay 45 minutes away from campus. And so they actually changed it, and they flipped regional and super regional. So regional became the best 2 out of 3, and then super regional became the 4-team tournament.
Okay.
And then they changed it again to make it because we were getting to super regionals, and I think there was more teams that were having trouble with this in different areas of the conference. But I mean, we had hosted 2 or 3 super regional championships after they had changed it, and people were still having trouble finding hotels, and it was a nightmare. And so they changed it to a 3 best 2 out of 3 rounds.
Right.
So it went from regional super regional to best 2 out of 3 regional, best 2 out of 3 super regional, and then a best 2 out of 3 sectional.
Wow.
Then you get to the Final Four now.
Wow. So that's it was quite a journey, I guess, for you guys to have that kind of success there, especially changing back and forth from super to regional to sectional, and so that's an impressive resume coming in from Feather River.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny. I look at it, I think it prepared me a little bit for the grind that we go through here. I mean, it's just as long of a road here, and I would say that we have one of the harder ones in the country to get through to the national tournament.
For sure, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit because we do have a tough little region and district that we have to go to. But talking about California, I mean, that's one state. There's a lot of baseball teams, a lot of junior colleges that compete there.
Yeah, I think it's up to a little over 110 programs just in the state of California, and and it's so populated. There's so many junior colleges, and then we just had another new. There was another new program that just popped up in Folsom, and they're wreaking havoc in the Sacramento area now too. So
okay, well that's like I said, that's an impressive resume to have that kind of success in California. Let's talk about last season. It was a great season. The stars aligned for us. Everything fell into place. You walked into a great situation. We had some great players that achieved some great things. The hitting was timely. Okay, hitting coach. Is that all tight? I mean, that was all, everything came in place. Was that taught? How do you teach a hitter to hit timely?
I think Ryan will, you've heard Ryan say this, you want to win, you get talented, good players.
Right.
And it's getting guys that are talented and are able to put into action the things that you're trying to teach them. And you always hope that, as the season goes, the things that you're teaching a player, they're able to start applying that stuff and do it on their own, especially like the pre-at-bat thinking and all of that, knowing what situation they're in and understanding and having an approach and sticking to it. But all those things, go back to having talented, smart, intelligent players, and I was very thankful to have all of those and guys that were able to, at the end of the season, everything you're supposed to do. You have all the knowledge and the information, and it's like, here are the keys to the car.
Right.
Go out and do it.
Yeah. And it seemed to be like that as you look back on that season. I mean, you had people like Nate Easley who knew the game,
yes,
knew how to run a count. Gavin John. I mean, you could just go up and down the line. I think Dylan Enweiler, I think he got better as the season went on.
Yes.
And obviously this year we're seeing some good things out of Dylan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at guys like Gavin Johns and Nate Easley, both very, very smart, driven players, guys that, worked very hard. Nate, student of the game. I don't think I've had few players that thought about the game and the way he did, and really, challenged coaches and also listened as well.
Mm-hmm.
If he said something, if he had something he didn't agree with, he's gonna tell you and ask you why. And
Mm-hmm.
and with Gavin, Gavin was, I'm surprised my arm didn't fall off or how much, he made me throw after practice. But I mean, those are the guys you want.
Right.
The guys that you're like, all right, we're gonna hit again. Okay, let's go. And by the end of the season, I'm throwing to him, and at the start, I'm telling him, all right, we need to work on this. We need to do this. And he's telling me, like, hey, coach, throw me these. Throw me some breaking balls. Throw me fastballs. He knew what he wanted to do, and he knew what he needed to work on. And, and then you go to classic cases, Dylan. Dylan had a lot of trouble with two-strike counts early in the year. Had a lot of trouble identifying off speed and approach with two strikes. And then you get all the way to the district tournament, and he has a 9-pitch at bat with 2 strikes, and then fouls off balls, fouls off, wastes tough pitches, and then gets a mistake and hits it out of the yard and sends us to the World Series.
Right.
It's really fun to watch that, that transformation of a guy that is taking knowledge and then learning and then applying it, and then at the end it's just go do it.
Right. And Dylan's reaping that benefit and that work.
Yes.
Because he's having a great season so far.
Yes, he is.
Let's see. We're currently 9-7 on the year.
Yeah.
We lost a pair of tough games at South Mountain. Good program.
Mm-hmm.
Good teams.
Yes.
It's early, but what's the feeling in the clubhouse right now?
I feel in the clubhouse, I think, is it's February baseball.
Yeah.
We got some ups and downs. I think guys are really jumping at the bit to get back at it. I think they're learning from their mistakes and are ready to go compete. They're figuring out how to go out about competing, especially in this conference, and learning as they go. It's a very young team from the position player standpoint. I know we got a good core of sophomores, and I think that's what's helping us right now is we got guys that have been there before,
Right.
and they're really helping out the young guys and helping them learn and make adjustments. So I mean that's good.
Our schedule hasn't helped us any at all because we played a pretty tough schedule going to Vegas twice and playing CSN twice, and our non-conference schedule has been pretty tough. So I mean, there's 2 different trains of thought there. You want to play the best
Mm-hmm.
to be the best, but you also have young. So how hard do you want to play? Do you want to experience success or do you want to experience some hardships?
I think too we've had some success as well, and we've also had some failures playing good competition. So I don't think we've just been beating up our guys. I think they're learning and kind of getting thrown into the fire a little bit. But I mean, you got to at some point or another you're gonna have to be a road warrior, and
Right.
you got to learn how to handle yourself on the road and be able to stay in a hotel and get up and be able to turn it on like that. And they're learning right off the bat how to do that.
And as they say in baseball, the grind. You just gotta grind it out.
Yes.
You just gotta grind it out.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about what the team. What are our weaknesses right now?
Yeah, I think the weaknesses are that we're young and we're not making adjustments as quickly as we need to, and because of that, we can dig ourselves into a hole in a game. And I think that's really the weakness right now
Mm-hmm.
is we dig ourselves in a hole because we're not making adjustments, and then
Right.
we're trying to win rather than make adjustments early. Play the game as best you can, as clean as you can, and then go ahead and put pressure on the other team.
Right.
And just by just making adjustments at the plate and putting the ball in play and then letting the other team make mistakes, and we're kind of got that reversed a little bit right now, but we're learning from it, and making some adjustments now.
That's a great way to look at that. And you think about any sport, quite honestly, is you kind of you want to play the game right and then take advantage of the mistakes.
Yes.
And that's what you're talking about with Dylan. He's kind of learned to foul it off, battle. Now let's hit the mistake.
Oh, very much so. And on defense too. I mean, he's a guy that he actually he makes a lot of plays that takes away some hits from other teams, and which in turn puts pressure on the other team. And I think the game is coming a lot slower for him, and he's able to make decisions and make plays now that he maybe wouldn't maybe not everybody can make, because the game, it moves slower for him.
Right.
And I shouldn't say that. I mean, defensively, he's had a very good understanding of the game.
Sure.
Since he got here.
Right.
Just watching him come into his own has been really fun.
It has been. All right, we talked about a little bit about the weaknesses. How about the strengths of this team right now?
Strengths, like I said earlier, we got a really good core of sophomores, especially on the pitching staff. Guys that through some of the failures are going to stay on guys and keep guys' minds right. We got Reza Aziz, Andrew Gross, Hayden Derkowitz, Avery Weems, Zach Pedersen. I'm sure I'm missing some guys, but Jake Coulterman. We got that good core of sophomore pitchers, and so especially when you're weathering the storm early with the offense, we have guys that are strong enough to go out there and I'm going to pitch. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to give it my best for my guys, and let them figure it out, and they still give us a chance to win.
Yeah.
So I mean, even if we're not going good, they're still giving us a chance to win, which is awesome.
And you mentioned Hayden. He had a great outing, I think, on Saturday, and he was the hard luck loser on that because he really pitched a great game.
Yes, no, I thought he did too. I mean, you look at the box score. There's one inning where they scored 5 runs, and it really was just breaking down defensively.
Right.
And I think that just the difference in the game, like we talked about, was making adjustments. Hayden was pitching good, was locating, and they made adjustments and started putting a little more pressure on the defense, and we didn't figure out how to do that until second game.
Right.
And so I think that's something that we're going to learn from moving in, especially going to another park at Cochise where maybe not the most offensive park ever.
It's a big park.
Yeah.
It's a big park.
Yep.
Well, let's see. So our conference season's begun. We got some difficult double headers coming up. We were at South, and these are Division I, so these are the teams we're going to face in the regionals and in the districts and whatnot. We were at South Mountain. We got to go to Cochise again. We play Central Arizona up here. We go to Eastern Arizona, and this is consecutive. And then we go to Arizona Western. That's the toughest early schedule season I think I've seen since I've been here at Yavapai.
Yeah, and coming off the year we had, you're looking at a couple teams, especially we started off right with them that we ended their season last year.
Right.
And so that increases the level of competition drastically right off the bat, which I think is good. It gives our guys a sense of urgency, or if they don't have it yet, they're going to learn real quick that they're out to get you.
Yeah,
and
we have the target on our back for sure,
yes.
being the national champions.
But I mean, I'd rather have that right now and weather the storm, like I said, and really get after it and understand what what this conference is about,
right.
And go forward, and then maybe we take some lumps early, but then get after it and get hot at the right time.
Yeah, you don't want to peak too early by any means. So
no, not at all.
Well, that's great. All right, so let's turn the attention to you.
Oh, okay.
What's your best baseball memory, either as a player or a coach?
So probably playing. I don't have like a specific memory. Like my time in junior college was a blast. I had fun. The relationships I made there. I always tell guys that, especially for me, and especially guys that are here when they're in a good junior college program with the guys that have like goals, and you're never going to have more fun than you do playing junior college, and I really did. And I had a couple teammates and one of my coaches in my wedding. So I mean, like they were groomsmen in my wedding, and I guess aside from winning a national championship coaching, I mean I got my first year coaching at Feather River. I got to coach my brother. And that was a lot of fun. Just we're only 2 years apart, so getting to didn't get to see him play much because he was in college baseball and I was playing college baseball, and so they got a chance to have a year where I just got to coach him and watch him play, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
that's neat.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's a neat experience. Well, we appreciate your time. We got the Rough Riders they continue conference play this week, as I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You're at Cochise College tomorrow, which is a long trip. You stay overnight. It's a big ballpark. I mean, there's not a lot of home runs that day, so you got to manufacture runs, I guess, more than anything. You take a break from conference play, and we host Thompson Rivers on Wednesday out of Canada.
Yep.
And that's always a good challenge for us, and get a lot of people in, a lot of players in.
Yes, it's
a
always
lot of
fun.
pitchers.
It's fun to get them down here and playing. So.
Exactly. And then Saturday we host Central Arizona College up here in a big ACC/AC showdown.
Yeah.
So it's a
Big old
tough
dogfight.
week.
Big old dogfight.
And you know what, that's what the ACC/AC Division I is in baseball, is a dogfight.
Yep.
Any one of those 5 teams that we mentioned really have a chance to go to the next
Yes.
level and go compete at the World Series
Mhm.
and do very well.
Yeah, and it makes it tough, and that's what makes it fun. And if,
Right.
if it wasn't tough, then it wouldn't be worth doing. So
Indeed.
let's get
Indeed.
after it.
Well, come on out to the ballpark and support the Rough Riders as they defend their region, their district, and their national championship here in 2017. Be sure to follow us on www.goroughriders.com. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. And as always, go Rough Riders.